Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another smooth YouTube video. As you can see, it is 9:38 p.m. my time. I'm up, so it's time for me to do my first hot takes video. So I'm gonna do things a little bit differently. I'm not gonna try to belittle or call people wrong unless it's like an actual wrong thing about a unit. Certain units do perform different for other people because the game is RNG based, unless the character has guaranteed crit, guaranteed additional, guaranteed dodge. Anything that's like 50, 60, 70, 80%, anything, it is what it is. It's RNG. So I can't really argue kits and stuff like that. If something is like obviously wrong, I'm gonna say it's wrong. So I told the homie Gino, I don't know who this person is, but I just followed them. So and I told them that I will be doing a I want to scroll through, I don't want to see anything because I only seen one thing. That's because somebody else I follow quoted it. But right here, might turn this into a video. I have not seen really anything on here, so let's begin. My first hot takes: Dokkan should go back to having insane difficult event missions like extreme tech. Okay, it's more interesting when 95% of player base can complete the missions on first day. It was also fun seeing different team builds win rather than cookie cutter best team in the game. For those who were not around for this very horrid, this was terrible. I think this became easier when Tech Janemba came out to beat, but this was definitely the worst thing to do in Dokkan, for sure. Like tech anything, extreme tech anything was freaking horrible in Dokkan Battle. So the team that you see right here, this Super Saiyan 3 Broly Easy 8 is terrible. Mass Saiyan Easy A was actually pretty good. Tech Majin Vegeta was just here to stun. This guy was here to tank. This guy stunned when there's multiple units on the team. He's just here. And then this guy tanked and support. And you had to use all your items. I like that one. That is whew, I still have nightmares even when I began Dokkan Battle. Extreme Tech and Super AGL were the two hard Extreme Super Battle Royale stages. So, wow. The hardest events shouldn't be free to do. The hardest events shouldn't be free to do no items. Items should be promoted more. Yep. To use by the game's frustrating difficulty, not on Red Zone Broly level similar. Oh, not on Red Zone Broly level, but similar. Easy A's are so strong at this point that players don't need to summon if they wait a while for those units. I do not disagree. This is not even a hot take. This is very factual. Okay, moving on. Tech Khalifa and her SSR is the best battle unit right now. Gogeta fight means nothing to her, and in I guess it's Goku and Frieza, she slows Tech UI team on lead, by the way, down so he can get his domain easily, so dodge canceling isn't affecting her. Her value is always consistent and is great value. This is very true. Tech Khalifa has been one of the most consistent characters Dokkan has like ever spit out. Even before her Easy A, she was always pretty reliable. So, I mean, she gets plus an additional attack, defense, and a chance to evade enemies' attack, including super attack, plus 8% per universe 6 of Paper Gal's category ally on the team. Evades enemies' attacks, including super attack when there's a universe survival saga or pure Saiyan category enemy. This has always been the best thing about her passive. Because if you go up against a Goku or Vegeta or Broly, she's always gonna dodge, unless it's Red Zone Broly because he counts as dodge. But you guys get the idea. So yeah, I mean, dang, this dude's cooking. Tech Buhan is the most overrated unit in the game. Well, you were 3 for 3 so far. Golden or Goku and Frieza, he's amazing, but in Gogeta and Janemba, you're playing rotations. Okay, this does not matter. Like Gogeta and Janemba like are not real fights, but there are decent fights. Well, not decent fights. They're good enough fights to test units out in. Like those battles don't really mean anything. What are you getting for those rewards? What, 3 stones and maybe a, what is it? It's like 3 stones and maybe some equips. Like that's all it really is. That's all it's for. If I can find it. Like this is all it's for. Like look at the rewards. You get 1 stone clear, obviously. 1 stone. Wait, you guys are 9 and 10, right? Let's go to that 9 and 10. 9 and 10. 9, 1, and you get an equip. 2, that's 5. You get 5 stones for doing this. That's all you get. You know what I mean? Like this is like Gogeta and Janemba are great testing fights. I'm really not, I don't like judging characters off of extracurricular fights is what I want to call it. Cause that's all like the battle thing is literally just for units to just basically like, I can't really put my thoughts together on this one, but I use the Gogeta and Janemba fights all the time to test out how good a defensive unit is or how good a unit is, period, because they hit so hard turn 1. That's why I use it. I don't really recognize it as a hard fight, mainly because most of the community is just gonna go in there with uncontrollable power or superheroes like a smart person, dominate and move on. Like constantly fighting the same fights, I'm not gonna lie, that's really the stupidest thing in Dokkan right now, because you don't really have that many fights to test all these units on. But like Janemba Gogeta is like the most consistent thing to like test your units. Like that's really its only use, like testing units. How good can they tank with these 2 bosses hitting them for like an incredible amounts of damage? Either build a team with power absorption characters who are weak, or not get his domain, he's just okay. Tech Buhan is not overrated, but a lot of units suffer in this fight because they literally super you and can kill you turn 1. Really, in the first rotation, they can kill you. Like this whole thing, like Tech Buhan is not a unit that is good turn 1 unless you have power absorption up. And yes, most of power absorption is trash. Kid Buu should be on power absorption, but Glorio is not in contention for best unit in the game. Here we go with the bullshit. Okay, let me read this. Glorio is not in contention for the best unit in the game. His impact is definitely insane, but no team protector. And not being able to slot one like Beast and Broly makes him fall shy. This has nothing to do with nothing. Top 1 contender should never die by toxic abilities like locking or AoEs. We all understand what type of unit Glorio is. We all understand it. A lot of the great units in the game will die to locking and AoEs. Which I don't know what character actually, I don't know what character this person's talking about, but I don't know what fight he's talking about with AoEs and locking. Like the 10th anniversary will have that, but if locking is probably the worst thing, locking is the most toxic thing a boss can do. Definitely locking. AoEs, I don't care. It's the locking. Like that's what made AoEs made that Fusion Zamasu red zone stage annoying because he AoE'd, but locking right now is like the #1 big boss thing that's very, very annoying. Glorio is an anomaly, okay? Like Dokkan released 2 units back to back that the community cannot wrap their head around because they're so good. The community doesn't understand how good they are, and they try to find ways to devalue and say they're not good because they don't do this. We have to move with what Dokkan is trying to do. They're trying to give us different units for different flavors. We understand that Glorio is literally like the most broken unit that we've seen in a while. Like he is broken. Like he can, like what unit is very dominant in slot 3? Is slot 3 a problem? Yes, it is. But Glorio is, it's not our fault that they gave Glorio the biggest support in his kit in slot 3. That's not our fault. Like this right here, launch an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack as a second or third attacker. Like you can run him, he can dodge in slot, he can dodge in slot 1, he can dodge in slot 2. It's just they did this. All allies keep +1 attacking defense plus 50% for 3 turns as a third attacker in a turn. You can save this until you need it. I'm just automatically just putting him in slot 3, but you can hold on to this. You can leave him in slot 2 for a little while until you need the support, and then put him in slot 3. Then the support kicks up. Like this is the only reason why you're putting him in slot 3. This is literally the only reason. I had to double check, make sure. Yeah, it's the only reason why he goes in slot 3. He's a slot 2, slot 3 unit. You just choose when you want to do the support. It's not that hard to understand that Glorio's freaking good and he's broken. It's not that hard. Like I know why y'all want to devalue him and say he's not slot. He's not good because he can't go on slot 1, but he's good. Not having a team protector is the most valid reason I have ever seen anybody use to counter why Glorio isn't #1 or a top unit. I cannot argue with this whatsoever. I'm out. I have no arguments for this. But the rest of this, nah. And I'm mad I just spent too much time talking about Glorio. SDR Kid Buu is the best TUR right now, and there's a gap. He's on the team you will bring like Beast or Tech. Oh, okay. He's on the team that you, okay, I got you. His restrictions are not hard to build around. He can go slot 1 against every fight but Gogeta, which his own and other team has answers to. If Gogeta doesn't hit him first, he can be just fine in there. Ant Buu will be the best agent unit in the game's history. Fat Buu is one of my favorite units too. You can throw him out there, you can kill him easily. He dies, he revives. Then next turn you get the Ghost Usher. He stacks defense. He is pretty good. Gimmick characters age so much better because they aren't reliant on their own performance, but the strongest units. Here are some of the hardest fights done. No item with several Cybermen right now, and it's possible because of him. Damn. Okay. LR STR Gohan. I hate this unit since day one. As a Gohan fan, I've hated this unit. I hated the way they built him. I hate everything about him. He literally has to be in standby so he can drop the Kamehameha. If he's not doing that, he is trash. I don't even have to read this. I know what he's gonna say. Gohan's trash. We don't have to talk about it. If he's not in standby, he is trash. Like, I never understood him being #1 LR on anyone's tier list. I know because everybody has their wow, he can drop a nuke at any time. Yeah, but it takes too long to get there. It takes way too long. Short intros like Tech merged the monster with 7th anniversary units. As much as everybody hates them and hates their animation, Blue, Goku, and Vegeta also has a very short intro animation, and I agree. I do love the short animation styles over the super long golden Frieza crap. I agree. AGF first form Frieza release was an even bigger joke than physical. No, it wasn't. No. No. Well, no, we're not doing this. Nah, fam. This is the most unusable Dokkan Fest unit ever created, period. We're not trying to rewrite history here. No, Raditz, like, people do understand how bad this character was. Like, he was so bad, you could barely use him in World Tournament. There are some smart mouth Nancy's out there that can tell you that they used Raditz and he's fine in World Tournament. Whatever. Raditz is terrible. This is the worst Dokkan Festival. Give me money, you might get this unit character ever created. Now, Frieza just was not released with more help around him. That was his only problem. If Dodoria would have had like maybe 70 damage reduction or 70% dodge or something in slot 1 so Frieza can cook, that'd be good. Frieza himself, fantastic unit. It's just his passive that requires him to have units that aren't that good. There are some now, but he just needs that one slot 1 unit. And I'm telling you, when Angel, LR, Angel, Golden Frieza, no, it's LR, AGL, LR, like Golden Frieza, whenever he easy A's and that damage reduction stays afloat longer than just one freaking rotation, we're gonna be good. No, we're not doing this. Battlefield is a game mode with horrible execution. I love Battlefield. I don't know what you're talking about. The enemies in here that need to be much tougher no, they don't. We are way past mono teams, which you can bring. No. No. This is fine. This is probably the most perfect thing in Dokkan that they never need to change, because this game mode allows you to use characters you really don't use that often anymore, period. And mono teams, I like using mono teams. Battlefield is fine the way it is. If they want to tweak it and make it a little better, sure, but it's fine the way it is. Especially, they made the 3rd round harder, but they gave you tool that they allow you to seal, stun, debuff. It's fine. No. It's fine. 2022 Dokkan was worse than no. This is the best ability in the hit potential system right now. Okay. I'm gonna speed this up now. Sleepy Bears was top. If I skip past something, I'm not even finna entertain it. Most underrated unit in the game right now is him. Actually, STR feature Gohan is still a fantastic unit. He is aging very well with his kit, especially with the Super Saiyan trio. He's actually good. He is. He's not dying in Gogeta, Janemba, and the first 3 phases of Goku and Frieza. His domain specialist can help against Frieza and 17 to blitz it. He's just as strong consistently everywhere. There's no restriction that makes him top 15. Don't know about top 15, but that boy is good. During 9th year anniversary content, AGL Omega was better than Int Super Saiyan 4 Goku. He could debuff Kid Buu, Cell Max, Blue Gogeta while having a revive. Action and better type coverage. He didn't have to be on GT bosses because debuffs are extremely strong. I cannot talk or speak on this. I just got Omega on Global, so I don't know. Rating units that released before 2023 with items was totally fair game. Okay. Super Easy A's are a failure considering Amatsu wanted to bring these characters back from the dead just for them to die 2 months later. Only Beerus is promising for the future, and more than half of the current Super Easy A characters are just mediocre right now. Okay. Now that you got your frustrations out, let's talk. Beerus, Ant Gohan, STR Broly are definitely the strongest out of this bunch, followed by Kid Buu, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, this Goku, and Goku Black. Goku Black was definitely the biggest letdown, but 1, 2, 3 are good. Beerus, again, an anomaly. People really don't want to accept the fact that he is as broken as he is. Kid Buu snatched his chain, but who did Beerus wear it well? 9th anniversary power creep was one of the most tamest we've ever had. Yep. It was more of a meta shift since units like Super Trunks or AGL 21 were much more effective, even though they kept their weaknesses. It wasn't arguable that they were better too, because Int, Merge, Zamasu, AoE almost always killed them. I agree. Attempt limits on the hardest fights is fine. I don't disagree. The God event was the hardest fight with attempt limits, but you also had other fun events. You get to keep the stake of losing, keep enjoying the game. I'm neutral on this. End of the thread. There's a cat and a dog. Ooh, the cat has, not a cat, the dog. Dog has blue, white eyes. What is it? Huh. What's up, pupper? Cool. Well, that was a fun little thread. I didn't get too triggered or mad about it. It's basically the same stuff that everybody's kind of recycling, but this guy has some good hot takes. Very, very good. Very good. Okay. I like this one. Depending on how this video does, depends on how many more I do in the future. So y'all just let me know if y'all want to see more. It's your boy Smooth. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.